What up, what up? Whoop, whoop. This is yesterday's training. We had some fun squats at 180 pounds and some deadlifts and some bench press, dumbbell bench press. So this was my first set of, I believe it was 7 at 180. Not gonna lie, I did not feel very strong yesterday. You will see that specifically with the deadlifts. The squats were okay. They moved well enough, but I think the disappointment I have is with the rep out. I've gotten this weight scheme for 10 reps, but of course that was toward the end of the last block. This is very early in this block, and I honestly barely even squeezed out the 9 that you'll see on the third set. I mean, looking at the video, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could have gotten an extra rep, but I was super gassed. I just didn't feel very strong. The depth was acceptable for me. I was hitting the depth that I wanted. The reps were strong enough. A couple of reps, like the one you just saw there, where it looked a little sticky, but it was just about positioning and managing to stay consistent. I'm continuing to try to get better when it comes to my squat. I'm always trying to work on it because it is my least favorite lift. Well, I should take that back. Bench is my least favorite. Squats, just something I know I have to do if I want to be strong and if I want to be a complete lifter. Even though I don't know that I'll be doing a meet anytime soon, I want to be able to still remember the movement pattern. All right, so this was the final set, and here you'll see. It's about to be the third rep. You'll see, I think that the 9th rep is stronger than it felt. I just didn't have a lot of confidence, and like my arms were getting tired, my upper back was getting tired. By this point, it was also really early, so I wasn't very well caffeinated, which is not an excuse, but I gotta have my caffeine, and the C4 just wasn't really kicking in. But I did well enough in the sense that I didn't wussy out on any of the reps, which I had done in the previous time I ran this template. There were a couple of weeks where I couldn't even finish the rep out targets. I had like a rep out of 7 or 8, and I barely even pooped out 5 reps. So I'm proud of myself for at least getting the target done, especially on a day where I felt, well, let's be honest, weak as fuck. So yeah, the last rep didn't look that bad. It just, I just didn't have it there. That's how it is some days. This was very disappointing for a couple of reasons. One, everything felt really heavy. Like 250 pounds is not heavy for me anymore. But man, these just didn't feel like they were moving as well as the video makes them look. Looking at the video, they're moving fairly well. But you'll notice too that the platform, fuck, I hate this platform. It starts to really get with me because then the bar starts to roll and then I have to reset, and it gets in my head. I don't know why I let it. It shouldn't be an issue. You deadlift, you pick it up off the floor, but once the bar starts to get all over the place, my ability to get set and make my pulls was kind of screwed with. I mean, I don't expect the bar to stay perfectly still, but it's nice when it's close to, there it is. See, it like really moved in that last rep. It was annoying. You'll see it again with this set. You see how excited I am to deadlift. And it's funny because there's somebody in my gym who tells me that he is an angry lifter and that he lifts because, he feels like he's pissed off at the world. I'm just not that way. I don't ever want to be that way. I do this because I enjoy it. It's fun. There you see the bar rolling again. Annoying. And, it brings me joy. And so, yeah, you're going to see me dancing to the barbell. You're going to see me playing with my toys or talking to myself because that's just how I am. That's the kind of lifter I am. I'm dancing. I'm laughing. I'm, trying to enjoy the experience of being able to move my body. But if you're one of those people who's just like, oh, I'm going to war with the barbell, blah, 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 I'm probably not the kind of person you want to train with because I just don't do it that way. That's just not my thing. And everybody has to bring their own mentality, their own vibe to the gym. I respect that. It's just not my vibe. So there you see me getting angry again at the stupid platform being crooked. So here was my solution for the third in the rep out set. I went to go get some other stuff to try to keep the bar from rolling too much. A little weird looking, but it kind of worked. I was able to keep the bar closer. So the rep out target for this set was 11. Excuse me again. And I got it by the skin of my teeth because I was really not feeling anything today. Yesterday, I felt so weak. Part of me wanted to be like, I can't believe this, but I finished. You'll see there are a couple of moments there, even on like the 5th or the 6th rep, I actually stopped and just am really thinking about how poor the session has felt. But I made it a point. I told myself, I'm going to gut this shit out. I'm going to get those 11 reps. I definitely know on a good day, probably could hit 250 for, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 reps. It just wasn't there yesterday. It was just, everything felt, look at how slow everything starts to get as you get up there. And I'm not going to, worry about it too much because going into next week's sets, which I think go up by 10 pounds, you just got to shake it off. And it's probably going to be even worse because I'll be starting my job and, my energy is probably going to be a lot less than it is today or yesterday. I keep saying today. This was yesterday. So yeah, just happy to have gotten that done, even if it felt like shit. Alright, I'm going to finish this video off with this little accessory that I stole from Dr. Mike Israetel, which were these very light bicep curls in this kind of like laying position. And I tell you what, man, even with only 7.5 pounds per arm, these were very effective. So we'll do again. Anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for watching.